continuing Mount Moon on Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. That makes me wonder if I accidentally said Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. At least it wasn't as bad as back then when I was in the middle of Crystal and would say Let's Play Pokemon or Metroid Zero Mission. But either way, let's check out over here. We have some trainers and some items that we gotta pick up, including picking up the trainers because we find them beautiful. Like that super nerd over there. Except for the fact that he's like on the ground after being like knocked down or something. I probably look most like the super nerd. I mean, I have somewhat longish hair and glasses, and that must be obvious that I'm the super nerd because I'm kind of the one talking while playing video games. And yes. Oh, another potion, nice. Have yet to use any potions, but we still have lost one of our Pokemon. One of them fainted. And a rare candy, that's cool. Rare candy will automatically raise your Pokemon's level by 1. Bleh, excuse me. And if your Pokemon is fainted and you use the rare candy, they will actually get some HP back and they will basically be revived. So you could keep the rare candies for that. Otherwise, I just sell them because I really don't find them all too useful. I would rather have my Pokemon level up regularly than with rare candies, basically. Because, I don't know, to me, rare candy just seems kind of cheap or whatever. I don't know. It will probably be easier to just use rare candies, but, you know, what if you happen to not have a rare candy? Then you just have to go and battle, like, 20 more random Pokemon to be able to get that level, and I'd feel bad, or something like that. I don't even know. An escape rope. When you use that, it'll automatically bring you out of the dungeon. So you could use that if you're getting your butt kicked by the random Geodudes and Zubats and trainers. Oh. I'm not going to say it, never mind. Anyway, she has an Oddish and a Bellsprout. Mankey probably not the best matchup for this because Oddish is part poison type. And poison resists fighting for whatever reason. Now, I do know I said that this game lacks poison types, but then we have Oddish, who's part poison, and then Zubat, who's part poison. I meant pure poison types that could learn powerful poison type moves like Sludge or Toxic. But, whatever. Yes, we could head down here, and we are. It's another tunnel leading to a nice item. And maybe more yes, there's indeed a rocket there. So let's pick up TM01. That is, I think, Mega Punch. I was going to say a Mach Punch. Okay, and then here's that rocket there. Suspicious looking rock. My god, it's a giant rock! And once again, he has a Zubat. Really should be leading off with Pikachu, but whatever. Karate Chop has a high critical hit rate, and fighting resists Bug. And Bug resists fighting, so that's that. And now Aikens, so we're just going to take that out with Pikachu because we can. Wrap! And it's a critical hit, of course. It's more annoying than anything. People always complain about like how Wrap is the worst move in the game, Wrap and Bind and stuff like that. I don't think so. It's more annoying than anything. Other than that, it's not that bad at all. I mean, it only ends up doing like 4 damage per turn, and the enemy can't do anything else. Although I must admit that I prefer the later versions of Wrap and Fire Spin and stuff like that anyways. And let me guess. Bug? No, Youngster, okay. Which means Rattatas and Pidgeys. That's only a little bit better. At least we have Mankey, who's super effective, so this should go down quickly, yes. Mankey evolves around level 28, I believe, so that's going to be a while. But he's still very useful for this cave, and for Zubat, we just have Pikachu. Yes. One of the I'm just going to call them Nidorans. One of the Nidorans died, I think. Or fainted, excuse me, non-violence here. This is a Pokemon game. Now then. We have that big buff trainer right there, and an item right here, which is a moonstone. There are actually 2 moonstones in this dungeon. However, I end up missing one of them. And I'm going to wait on the moonstone for a bit, just because I can. Either way, we have a Geodude here, and we're going to low-kick its face. We low-kicked its face. And then another Geodude, we are also going to low-kick its face. We low-kicked its face. And an Onyx, we are going to low-kick its face. We only somewhat low-kicked its face. There we go. Everything is better in the world again. I didn't use Pikachu though. How in your Pokemon are ground, how could you be shocked? And again. Horrible pun is horrible. Anyways. So now we're in the second section, and this is the area that we can find Paris and Clefairy, and wow. Extremely lucky. Clefairy, very first try. Okay, well, do not faint it. And remember, you're going to want to catch 2 Clefairies if you're going for 151. And yes, because there's a trade that you have to do with the Clefairy. Aw, it broke free. And, oh man. Come on, Mankey. Come on, Pokeball. Ah, oh, darn it. Growl, that'll lower attack power. So we might be able to get away with another scratch. Or I could be stupid and send out Rattata instead. Go, Rattata! Okay, its attack is lowered too, so we might be able to do this. Let's use quick... no, tackle. Don't kill it! Yes! Ah, that did very little. And then, of course, Clefairy gets a critical hit. Now, please catch now. 2, 3, there we go. There we go. So that's like our 15th or so Pokemon. I'm not going to keep count the entire time. So that little section was nothing except for Clefairy. There's a rocket trainer right there. Hello. Well, too bad. You're the one that chose to battle me. I was just talking to you to see what you had to say, but then, you know, you just had to go freak out and send that Rattata, and then I killed it, and now here's Zubat, and then I'm going to kill that too, even though this is Pokemon, and I'm really just fainting them because violence is a no-no. Even though in the anime, they kept on talking about, like, how Pokemon would die and other things. I'll get into that other thing eventually, when it becomes pertinent in the game. Now then. Gigantic random wall. What kind of a cave would just have walls like this that are perfectly straight and end up making small rooms and whatnot? But whatever, we found a Paris, which is a bug grass type. I used to think that you needed a leaf stone to evolve Paris for whatever reason, but no, you just need to level it up to somewhere in the early mid-20s. And it knows Stun Spore, which is annoying, and Scratch type attacks like Scratch. It'll learn Slash soon. Is False Swipe in this game? Because if so, it can learn it. I don't think False Swipe is in the game, though. Either way, we caught Paris with relative ease, and there we go. Skipping through, it was transferred to the PC for later use. I used Paris for a little while on the Crystal, mainly as a cut slave and what's the word? And Spore user, Stun Spore, stuff like that to weaken Pokemon so I could catch them easier. Either way, here we have a required battle. Okay, they're just lying out in the ground. Well, I really don't want the fossils, although I do want them now because they contain Pokemon. But yes. So, Grimer is a poison type. It's one of the poison types that you can actually catch in the game. However, you don't get it for a very, 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 very long time. So, we're skipping that. And we're going to match his Voltorb with Sandshrew. My only problem with Voltorb is that it doesn't really learn a whole lot of electric attacks. And it's incredibly fast, but it doesn't learn any electric type attacks, so it's kind of useless. If it weren't for that and Pikachu, I would have thought of using a Voltorb in this game. And Coughing is another poison type that we cannot catch, and the reason that we can't catch them is actually coming up very soon, and of course, Pidgey is poisoned. I think Smog automatically poisons, or just has a very high percentage of hitting, because I always seem to get hit by Smog poison. Either way, he'll share, so now we get to pick a fossil. These fossils, the Helix fossil contains Ammonite, and the fossil to the left, the Dome fossil, contains Kabuto. Funny story, I actually wanted Kabuto. Reason why, I'll get into that eventually, but basically I wanted Kabuto, but I couldn't remember which fossil was which, so I just grabbed one. The Helix fossil contains Ammonite, so I didn't pick the right fossil, basically. Now, I wanted Kabuto because, in my opinion, Kabuto is the cooler Pokemon, and I almost used Kabuto on my team. Well, rather, Kabutops, its evolved form. But I ended up decided against it because that's too many water types, and I picked the wrong fossil. And another reason that I wanted to use Kabuto on my team is because, Kabutops, is because Kabutops was the very first Pokemon card that I got in holographic. So that was that, and that was awesome. That was strange for me because I had never seen a holographic card before, so that was different. Anyways, we're now fighting Team Rocket from the anime, Jesse, James, and Meowth. And they're the reason that we can't catch Akins, Coughing, or Meowth in this game. Now then, I've been watching the anime, the old anime, and I have to say, James sounded a lot different than he does now. Like, oh my god, it took me by surprise. It was so strange, but either way, yeah, it doesn't really matter though, because I wouldn't have used Akins, Coughing, or Meowth in this game anyways, but it still would have been nice to have their Pokedex data. And now they're talking. But yeah, in the first episode that they appeared in, which was the second episode, they actually sounded evil. And now they're just like a side gag. Forever. For like 700 something episodes. I don't know. In the remix, you can find the Mega Punch and Mega Kick tutors there. And you can teach those moves to one of your Pokemon. Pidgey fainted, oh well. And once you jump over this ledge, you can never go back to Pewter City until you get Fly or something like that. Or this ledge too. Now we can't go back to Pewter City for a while. However, we are in a blue city, and that blue city is Cerulean City. We're going to need to heal up our Pokemon because we now have 2 Pokemon fainted, Mankey is almost dead and paralyzed, and yeah. But at least we finally made it to this town. And we caught a couple new Pokemon. Not much, but oh well. But we're running low on time here, somewhat. So I think we have time for one more thing. And what is that? Moonstone, yes. We're going to use the Moonstone on Nidorino. Just because it's the one that I had in my party at the time. So here we go. Nidorino evolves into Nidoking. When it evolves, it gains the ground subtype. It is more of an attacker, a physical attacker, but still pretty powerful. And upon gaining to level 18, Pidgey, who has still not learned a flying type move, shall become a slightly bigger bird. Pidgeotto. And with that, I say goodbye, and I will see you next time.